What's going on, guys? Jay the Black here. Salute to everybody that's tuning in. I want to talk about Jaye Taylor. Now, for those of you who follow me on X, I responded to a post from, I believe his name is Dove Kleiman. He posts a lot of NFL stuff, and he posted a tweet about a quote from Jaye Taylor about how she's leaving the sports media. And she just wants to disappear, right? Listen, I told y'all this in my other videos, and I'm actually going to post my most recent video about Jaye Taylor. It was about her firing from ESPN, and I said a lot of great things in those. Make sure y'all go and check that video. I'll put a link in the description box. I said it in my commentary that Jaye Taylor was done in sports media. She looked like she was just going through the motions for years. She changed a lot. She changed a lot while being at FS1. I think due to the fact that she had to sleep with her boss in order to maintain her position at FS1. That does something to a woman. I really do. I think it does something to a woman when she never got to where she was because of her talent. She got to where she was because of who she was screwing. Now, that's according to a lawsuit FS1 settled. That's not me making things up or lying on her. That is what was documented in the lawsuit. Jaye Taylor never denied it. She never denied it. So when you look at the fact that for the last, it seemed like 4 or 5 years, ever since she was pushed away from the Undisputed show, she's been floating on Fox Sports 1, and she's been getting by due to, again, who she was connected to. But I just don't think she really cared about talking about sports anymore. You could just look at her recently on the show they just canceled. Like, you could just tell she wants to be anywhere but there, but she's paid to be there. She has a podcast where she can bash men and talk about how they're the problem and talk about how women have insecurity issues if they don't allow their husbands to be friends with her. This is the type of woman she is. And you see why she probably has no real friends. Taylor Rooks did a podcast with her. Taylor Rooks just recently got married. You notice when Taylor Rooks separated herself from Jaye Taylor publicly, she was able to find someone in her life. But Jaye Taylor did not. Jaye Taylor's still out there, about 40, still angry with the world because of the choices she made and the quote unquote sacrifices. And now, she's back to square one. I don't think she has a following. She may think that, she went on this whole podcast tour only because, and again, when the podcasts she went on were not sports related podcasts for the most part. She went on a lot of podcasts that weren't sports because she's making her next career move, even though I think it's going to be a failure. Unless she's going to be showing cleavage all the time, I just don't think people are going to be interested. There's not a lot of women that's going to support her. There's going to be thirsty men who are going to support her. Again, if she's showing cleavage, men are going to be interested. So let's get into this article. For announcing. For the first time since her time at FS1 came to an end last week, Jaye Taylor is breaking her silence. And while many, us included, have wondered what's next for the former host of Speak, she's not even sure that her future will be one in the public eye. Joining the Ringer's Higher Learning, Taylor addressed her recent exit from Fox Sports following a near-decade run at the company. But although she expressed gratitude for the opportunity to live out her dream as a sports panelist whose opinions were considered equal to her male colleagues, she also admitted that the last 7 months have left her especially jaded. Really? Is it because you got exposed by a woman? Y'all got to understand, she didn't get exposed by a man. She got exposed by a woman. Says overall, like the saying, it doesn't feel like work is when You're doing something that you actually enjoy. I think what happened to me this year took that away from me. Taylor said, I don't know if I'll get that back. I might, and maybe like when the calluses form over the wound and you get away from things, it doesn't feel like the tremors go away. So we're not there yet. But right now, it doesn't feel that way. It doesn't feel exciting. Like the big dreams seem like I'm going to do it, but I'm not as excited about it. And that's kind of bleepy, because this has been a lot of work and a lot of passion, but it's been something that I think has come naturally to me because I enjoy it. But the building, the work of it all, it doesn't feel the same. Like the dream now is to just disappear. She even has her dog there for comfort. I believe that's her dog. She has a dog there for comfort. Y'all notice she goes to places that people aren't going to press her. She goes to all these podcasts. She knows they're going to listen to her BS and they're going to placate to her feelings. But Joy, I just think that Joy never saw that lawsuit. 'Cause even though I've been critical of Joy, I'm pretty sure a lot of you listening here have been critical of her. I just think that she just never thought that she'd be in a scenario where her whole life would be put out there for everybody to see. Now, I want to get to another article where an NFL legend says he knows why Joy Taylor got fired. It says Joy Taylor's time at FS1 has come to an end after nearly a decade of appearances on the network's top shows. Taylor started her career at FS1 as a moderator for Undisputed with Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. Before being named the co-host of The Herd with Colin Cowherd, she did well enough to get her own show, Speak, which also featured former NFL wide receiver Keyshawn Johnson and former NBA star Paul Pierce. It was announced this month that FS1 is getting rid of a few shows, including Speak. The network has also decided to let Taylor's contract expire. Earlier this week, NFL legend Chris Carter commented on Taylor's fallout with FS1. He believes she was fired because she was mentioned in a concerning lawsuit, just like I've been saying. This is why her love and passion for sports has gone away. Even though if you look at Joy Taylor over the last 2 years, she looks like she's bored and she wants to do something else. This is why they've been moving her around, because she didn't fit anywhere. Her best fit was on Undisputed, and even there, they decided to go in a different direction, either because she didn't want to do that show anymore, it was too demanding, she didn't have enough of a voice, or they felt like it was better to put her somewhere else. The lawsuit is what really capped everything. It exposed her. And again, it was a female that she knew, that she talked to, who she told things to, who she thought in her mind would never put this out about her. Fox had no choice, and this is according to Chris Carter. Fox had no choice but to fire her, Carter said via the Daily Mail. Anytime you have those rumors, as far as talent that has a relationship with an executive, which they were rumored to, her and Charlie Dixon, who created all those shows. So in their investigation, they gave Charlie time off. Then eventually they ended up firing Charlie, which in turn, they tell you there's some fire there in the whip. Of course, I bet you Chuck admitted to everything. I think Chuck admitted to everything. He admitted to the affair, and that's why they fired him. Because not only did they have the one lawsuit, they had a second one. And I think he probably admitted to them things, and that's why they fired him. And they're in a situation with Joy, with the lawsuit. They really can't do anything with her on air until her contract runs out. Then they either give you an expletive offer or they give you no offer. You're out. And they had to burn down everything that Charlie had created, even the monster that he created. I think Joy Taylor is the monster that Chuck Dixon created. Because if you look at who she was very homely, very regular, but as time went on, she got sexy, and that's usually a sign of a woman who's using her body to get what she wants. You know what I'm saying? When they go through that transformation, that's what it looks like to me. She used her body to get what she wanted. Listen, Joy created this. Now, she also, they didn't put in the awful announcement article, but she also said that she didn't want to be 70 years old on a microphone. And some people took that as a dig at Colin Cowherd. I don't know. Colin is like 60. Skip Bayless is probably who she's talking about, because Skip Bayless didn't leave Fox Sports 1 until after he was like 72, 73. He's 73 now. So she probably was talking about Skip Bayless. That's probably a dig at Skip Bayless. But again, Joy Taylor is going to end up doing one or two things. She's either going to go full on OnlyFans, or two, she's going to try to latch on and do a podcast where she's talking about dating and relationships like a lot of these women are doing. Wouldn't be surprised if she starts talking about exes and putting stuff out there for clicks, because that's what goes on. I just think that she was part of the Charlie Dixon crowd. I think they got rid of anybody that Chuck Dixon brought in, promoted. They wanted all of them gone. And I understand why. I definitely understand why. So let me know in the comment section. Let me know your thoughts, like video, and share. Follow me on Facebook, Twitter, X, Instagram, and check out all those videos on the channel. And I'll see y'all next one.